Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Bette McCarthy. I'm the chair of the Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee, and I wish to call this meeting to order. This meeting of the Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable Government Access Channel. Excuse me. And in accordance with Massachusetts general laws of Chapter 30A, Section 20, the chair must inquire if anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, will they please make their presence known? Okay, I assume no one else is recording this. So, to all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act under Section 9 of Chapter 470, Acts of 1973 as amended, you are hereby notified that a hearing will be held on the applications listed on the agenda for June 24th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. And this meeting will be handled remotely. And we'd like to remind all applicants and audience members that we are an elected volunteer committee, and we follow the guidelines of the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act. And any applicant or interested party who's aggrieved by a decision of the committee, they have a right to appeal the decision to the Old Kings Highway Regional Historic Commission. And then we ask that during this evening's proceedings, cell phones be turned off and conversations other than those before the committee take place outside of this remote meeting. When an applicant is called, we ask the applicant and all interested parties to identify themselves. And lastly, as best practices for meetings that are held remotely, where we may not be able to visually identify who's speaking, we ask all committee members and participants to identify themselves before making any motion or any comments. And online and audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing, they can use the raised hand button to notify the chair. And dial-in audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing should press *9 on their phones to notify the chair. And all participants will be muted, and you must be recognized by the chair in order to participate. So our first order of business tonight is to do a roll call attendance for the committee. And I'll do that now. Leslie Wallace.
Here.
Aaron Donovan.
Here.
Wendy Schuck.
Here.
And Bette McCarthy here. So now we'll proceed to the items on our agenda. And the first item is a continued application. And this is for Rebecca Horn, 101 Moshop Avenue, Barnstable, map 277, parcel 014, built in 1975. And she wishes to construct a detached residential accessory garage structure. And originally it was with a second floor ADU. The exterior finishing will create a coordinated and unified appearance across the property. And this, since it was continued, we have some new information to review. So would the applicant please discuss the new proposal?
Yes. Hi, good evening. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. My name is Rebecca Horn. I am the applicant and property owner. Since our last meeting, we have taken the commission's comments and neighbors' feedback very seriously and have substantially revised the proposal. The building has been reduced from a two-story structure to a single-story structure. The garage component has been reduced from a 3-bays to a 2-bays garage, and the separate driveway access has been eliminated and incorporated into our existing driveway. The structure complies with all applicable setbacks and siding requirements established by the town of Barnstable. Together, these changes significantly reduce the overall scale, massing, and visual impact of the project. We have also revised the design to better relate to the existing house by incorporating a perpendicular gable consistent with the principal residence, and by using traditional materials, including cedar shingles, siding that matches our existing home. The proposed structure follows the same architectural vocabulary as the principal residence and is designed to function as a subordinate accessory building. Some comments from the public have described the structure as a wall, but respectfully, we disagree. This is a traditional one-story accessory structure with articulated roof forms, windows, and historic materials. It is not a blank facade. It remains subordinate to the principal residence and is consistent with the character of the district. There are many homes and structures within the district and our surrounding neighborhood with a greater visual appearance proposed here. The proposed structure remains clearly subordinate to our principal residence. And we do believe the revised design can reasonably be characterized, cannot reasonably characterized as a wall. We also propose a muted navy charcoal color palette, similar to the home shown in the first image we have submitted, located on Route 6A in Barnstable Village. This is a classic historic color commonly found in coastal New England homes. To create a cohesive appearance, we also intend to paint the existing house the same color so that both buildings read as unified and architecturally composition, like an architectural composition. We appreciate the thoughtful comments that have been submitted and we've worked hard to address the concerns raised at the previous hearing. The revised proposal before you tonight is substantially different from the original application and represents a meaningful effort to balance neighborhood concerns with our right to reasonably improve our property. We respectfully asked that the project be evaluated based on the applicable historic district standards and its compatibility with the character of the district. The Commission's role is to determine whether the proposal is appropriate under those standards, and we believe that the revised proposal clearly meets the test. It reflects traditional Cape Cod architecture, it uses historical appropriate materials, and it remains subordinate to the principal residence and is compatible with the surrounding historic district. For those reasons, we respectfully request your approval.
All right. All right, thank you very much. We'll now have some committee comments regarding the revised application. Wendy, would you like to comment?
Sure. I think you clearly listened to us at the last meeting, because these plans are quite different from the initial ones that you submitted. I do appreciate that the house, the style of the house is much more in line with the principal residence. I think that's great. I think the fact that you moved the driveway as well, it's not over, kind of closer to the stone wall, that's been moved. I think that is a great change. But I do feel like there's still an issue with the size. Can you tell me the square footage of the proposed structure?
So the proposed structure is the apartment or the ADU itself is 864 square feet. And the proposed structure, the proposed garage is 900.
Yeah. So do we have anybody from building on here? Because, there are size limitations or restrictions for the ADUs, and I
I
don't,
I know
yeah,
that. I actually
yeah,
talked to the building officer.
yeah,
So your ADU cannot be bigger than 900 square feet, and I'm below 900 square
right,
feet,
right.
894. The garage does not is not included into the square footage of an ADU.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's
Yeah.
helpful.
So I have really done my homework. I went to the building department of the town of Barnstable. I talked to the people there, and I want to make sure that before even talking to you and wasting everybody's time, that I am within all the parameters of what 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 we're technically allowed to do.
Right, right. Um, so thank you for that information. But I still feel like it's too large. It doesn't feel to me when I see the plans and I look at it on the map and the elevations that it's a secondary structure. It almost feels like there's kind of two primary structures on the property. And I think another concern, I think which we've also heard in some of the comment letters, is the placement of the building. It does have a pretty good elevation there. And so when it's built, I think it could give the appearance of being really large. So while I think, the overall design is definitely more in line with the principal structure. I don't object to the color selection that you have. I think the rendering of your home with the new colors is very nice. But I just feel that it's too big. And I don't know if there's also going to be an issue with having that little connector between the house, because I thought an ADU had to be either within the principal or detached. And I think that, I don't know if that technically makes it attached. So, and I
Can I
just,
just chime in here? So
sure,
our house is it's half the structure is less than half of the length of our existing house. Our existing house is 128 feet. And the structure is 66 feet long. So it's less than half. Um, I thought that was considered subordinate. Also, we are, again, just like the first meeting, we are flexible in what you're looking for.
right. Because I think if you were building, a 900 some odd square foot ADU by itself without the garage, that size might feel more in line with being a secondary structure on the property. I think because you've got it combined with the garage, that makes it almost doubles the size of it, right? According to the square footage that you gave, it makes it feel larger. And then I also think that the 900 some odd restriction on ADUs, is that or half the habitable space of the primary dwelling? And I don't know what the habitable space of your primary dwelling is, and it's the lesser of the two. So, but my feeling is I still feel like it's too large for the setting and in comparison to the property. I mean, when you overlay on this map the ADU and the garage, like almost over your existing home, it's not a lot smaller. It's maybe three-quarters of the size. And, my sense is I still think the structure is too large. So,
Wendy, this is Kevin from the Barnstable Building Department. That garage would not be included in the habitable floor area, so
yep,
that 800 and change would be considered the habitable space, and that would fit into the ADU ordinance.
Could you say, I'm sorry, could you say that one more time?
So the garage, unfinished basements, and uninhabitable attics would not be included in the habitable floor area of the ADU. So we would only count that 800 and change.
Correct, correct. And I just think visually, right? So, you know, as part of our role is to look at, you know, the building and the size. I just think visually I think it's too large for where it's placed. Now, maybe if there was another placement option, it might be different. But my sense is I just think it feels too large to me.
Real quick, I'm sorry, but our house is 21 square feet, and we were just informed that, with all due respect, we were just informed that the garage is not counted as inhabitable space, and the space of the ADU is 864. That is, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is just around a third, maybe a little more of my existing structure.
Right. So zoning will, you know, their purview is to let you know whether you meet the requirements, right? And he has just said, according to zoning, your ADU space is okay. I'm telling you from like the historic perspective and visually and looking at the map and the property, I just think the structure is too large. And that's just my opinion. We have other committee members who may disagree with me, but I just think visually the building looks too large in comparison to the house. It doesn't feel like a secondary structure to me.
Okay,
So,
all right. Thanks, Wendy.
yeah.
Let's get some other comments. Erin, would you like to talk
Sure.
about this?
I do have to agree with Wendy. I understand that only the 864 is considered the habitable space, but we're looking at a building that's about 1,700 square feet in total. That's what we're looking at. So even though it's being stated as a subordinate building, it doesn't appear to be. It looks to be two main buildings that are being connected by a garage connection. So it's not only does it look like two very big buildings, but it also appears very disjointed. And I think also, unfortunately, where your property is located, where that ADU unit is going to appear, it's going to appear very high. You have a very high elevation property. So having a building that big, even though, mind you, the 900 square feet isn't counted as livable space, you're looking at it, it's at least 1,700 square feet that we have. I agree with Wendy, it's just going to be too big.
Can I ask real quick? We have 3 other properties that are much higher in elevation than mine, and much bigger. Why is my property not okay and all the other ones are?
Well, I think it's what I'm looking at is just the continuity of the building and the buildings on the property. If you were looking to say, if someone was looking to say add on to their existing home, it's more continuous. You're asking to put a completely separate ADU with a connecting garage. So it's basically looking at putting two buildings, a building that's similar in size to your original home and just connecting it. So
But
that's
my
where the issue
ADU is the same house as the ADU is the exact same height as my existing house.
But we're looking at essentially putting, because the ADU is going to have a garage attached to it, looking at essentially having like two house-size properties, house-size buildings placed on that one property. Whereas if there was one building, it probably wouldn't appear as disjointed, is what we're going with. That's the issue I think we have. You're muted right now, Rebecca.
Thank you. I'm planning on connecting it with the roof just like our neighbors did. And it's not supposed to be disjointed. I submitted the picture, if Erica can pull that up. So yeah, the picture just shown is our neighbor down the road. They have a connecting roof with their loft space and their garage space. We are intending to do the exact same thing. So this is a little distorted because I did this over AI, to be honest with you. It's the relations are not 100%, but I think you get the concept of the connection between the garages and the main house. It's supposed to be connected. There's not supposed to be a disconnect between the two structures.
Okay. That's all I have right now, Beth.
Um,
Real
okay,
quick,
Erin.
this exists in our neighborhood.
Oh.
The just down the road, the same kind of thing exists down the road. We are not blocking anybody's view. I thought we comply with all the feedback that was given to us. This new structure looks really close to our existing structure. We are connecting it with the roof to tie it in together. We are within the setbacks given by the town. We are within the regulations given by the town. I'm not sure why this is facing such difficulty.
Okay. Leslie, would you like to comment?
Yep. I think the point is the size of the apartment isn't what we're concerned about. We're concerned about what this structure looks like with your house you live in. And it is, I think, too big as well. I appreciate you did the work on making it a single level. That goes with your house. I think the problem is the size. I don't know if you could knock out one of the garages and make it a little smaller, if that would help. I'm fine with the color. That back wall that doesn't have any windows. Can you zoom it
All
up?
walls have windows. Which wall?
Well, I thought one didn't. I know it. Can you zip it up a little bit?
I think that was in their last plan, in the
Oh,
original
maybe.
plan that you were probably thinking of, Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the new one though, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you put the windows in, that's good. I just think it's like two homes on one lot. That's what it looks like. And we kind of are into the aesthetics of it and what it'll look like in the neighborhood. And your property you live in now, if it goes well with that property and you've scaled it down, that looks great. I mean, I think you did a good job with that. It's just, it's like two homes on that one lot. I don't know if you can get rid of one of the garages. That may help because you want to keep your apartment and, have it big enough to accommodate people in there. So the only alternative would be the garage. And maybe if you just made it a one-car garage, it might fit better on that lot and next to your home.
The structure is only 39% of our existing home.
That's for the ADU.
Correct, but I mean, we were just educated by the town that the garage doesn't fit, and the garage is also perpendicular to the ADU. It is turned into our existing driveway.
I know, but I'm interested in what it looks like on your lot. And you have your home.
I submitted those pictures. Erica, if you can pull those up. The connector with the roof, please. Right there.
And
Do we
that's
know-
what,
Hmm.
that doesn't look like what the garage is gonna look like.
The garage is slightly bigger, but that's really what it's gonna look like.
But isn't a garage attached to the
No,
80?
we are planning to connect the garage with the existing structure, just like our neighbors down the road on Marshall Avenue did. It's a breezeway in between the garage and the existing house.
All right.
Well, yeah. Uh, Now, if the garage is like that, what about your driveway?
It's right there. It's right in front. It comes out of Marshall Avenue and it's incorporated. We haven't changed the driveway at all. We have just made it work for us, basically. The driveway, the way so the plan that we are looking at right now, that's the existing driveway. So we're not changing it. We're basically just incorporating it with the new structure.
Well, I'm going with it just the how big it is on the lot and your home. I'm not crazy about the other things you've done are good. But it does look big. It looks like two homes on a lot.
But it's really not. Like you have to really take those measurements into consideration. The measurements are the data. The data shows it's not bigger than the existing structure.
No, I didn't say it was bigger, but it's close to it. And
No, it's not even half. It's not even half the size of our existing structure.
The whole thing, even including the garage, the
Yeah.
whole building?
Yes. Yes. So the whole thing is 66 feet and our existing structure is 128 feet or something.
But
All
we gotta
right.
look at square footage wise, right? The square footage of your home versus this full square footage of the ADU and the
It's
garage.
864 versus 2100.
No, the whole building. So the ADU plus the garage would be more like 1,700, right? 'Cause when you
Yes.
say- Yes, so that's
But
what we're
that's not a
talking
living
about.
area.
yes, that's
But
The
what
garage
we're
is not living
but-
area.
But
That's what
but
we're
that's not what we're
concerned about.
talking about. The
Yeah.
square footage for the ADU is something that you'll work with zoning on, right? Because there are the rules. We're
Yeah.
looking at the mass of the building, the whole thing on the lot as compared to your existing home. We have to look at that as well. And it just, as Leslie has said, and Aaron and I agree, it looks like another primary home it looks like there's two primary dwellings on the property.
Right.
And
In
and
our last meeting, you told me that we can't go up, right? We took that into consideration. We took it seriously. So we couldn't go up. So we went to the side, but we didn't even go to the side all the way. We went to the side with a fraction of it. And now you're telling me that the side is not good either.
All right. This is Bette McCarthy. I'd like to make a few comments. Your home is on a corner, and what we're looking at is the view from Ma Shop, and that's where we see it almost looks like two equal structures in size. And from looking at Ma Shop, that's the appearance we're seeing. And we didn't say that you couldn't go above. And if you didn't even consider stacking the ADU on top of the garage, that would make it look like a smaller structure. And so anyhow,
exactly. I'm sorry, but I have to really chime in here. I proposed that the last meeting.
yes.
Now I'm proposing the structure put to the side, and that's not okay either. The structure is not the same length. If you measure it, it's not the same length, it's not the same size.
All right. But we are concerned about the appearance and the setting, and that's one of our charges. And the relative size, and the relative size is the appearance from Moshop. It looks very equal to your existing home, even though your home is on the corner and it's bended around onto Dorcas. So I agree with the other committee members in thinking that the structure, again, even though it part of it is a garage, but it appears to be all one, and it looks competing in size with your home, and and the harmony between the two, it's just too similar. So that concludes my my remarks.
Rebecca, do you have an architect?
Oh, can you guys look at the plot plan one more time, please?
Rebecca, do you have an architect?
Yes, I do have an architect. So if you just look at the two structures, you can see that they are definitely not the same size. Also, going forward, I know I mentioned last meeting that I'd love some pointers, and I'm not looking for you telling me what I should do architecturally, but it would be great to have some pointers from the district. What are you looking for? What are you expecting to see so that I can fulfill what the historic district is looking for? Because I feel like I did exactly what you guys were looking for, and now I'm being shut down again, and it's a little frustrating.
Can I chime in here?
Sure.
Thanks. This is Erin Donovan. So Rebecca, I understand you're very frustrated. The photo you had shown of the home with that attached ADU with the garage connection, showing as a sample of what you want to do, not that one, but the other house that has it, Erica, that one. Okay, if you look at that garage and ADU is half the size of the existing home, at least. It's not what we're looking at, even though I get that we're not comparing, don't consider garage space, we're looking at the actual size of the building. And that one doesn't look like that garage area is competing with the existing home. The way that your current ADU garage setup is, even though it's 864 square feet of living space, it's at least 1,700 plus square feet of building. And while that's smaller than your existing home, it's very close to the size of your existing home. So it looks like there's two. So my suggestion would be to try and find, if it's going to be connecting, it has to be a smaller building connecting to
the existing house that you just showed me is 2/3 of the actual property.
But I'm looking at the size of the buildings right now. If we're looking at buildings, and not actual lot sizes. If say this person had put this house up and their ADU area was the same size of their home, it would just look too big and too disjointed, which is what I think we're saying right now, is having an ADU building that's practically the same size of your existing home. It looks like there's two homes on the property.
Yeah. And Rebecca,
So are you saying that if we find a property where the garage is bigger, then you will approve it within the historic district?
No, it's all individual.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Rebecca, I would say make it smaller, right? And if you make it smaller, maybe you can pull it back in the lot and get it, away from Moshop. I know you've got a septic system there, but maybe there's a way it could be pulled back a little bit and not be perched, up high, but it's just too big. I mean, I think make it smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe lose the garage part of it and just have the ADU. I don't know. I mean, that's yours to figure out, but I think that's, I know that's what we're telling, it's too big.
It's really not, sorry, with all due respect, but I feel like it's really not to mine to figure out, because you guys are giving me feedback that it's not, it's not within the parameters. You know, how you're basically, you're explaining why it's not okay, but then you're not able to give me pointers. Again, I'm not looking for you to tell me how I should design the space, but
Yeah, but we're not asking you to make the ADU portion smaller, right? It's the massive size of the building. The ADU space plus the garage together is too big. If you, for example, I'm not saying this is what you should do, but for example, if you got rid of the garage portion and just had that 900-foot ADU, it might be okay, and then maybe you would have more options on where you could place that on your property that, your neighbors might be more amenable to. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, you should do. I'm just saying, for example.
even if the town is okay with it, you guys are not okay with it.
Well, the town is looking at the size of the ADU itself.
Right.
We're looking at the whole building. We're looking at the
Right.
whole mass.
We're concerned about the appearance and the relative setting and how it fits in the neighborhood. Is there a possibility of turning it across the back of the property? Could you swing it around?
Yes.
And the
Yeah,
narrow.
we could definitely swing it around. We could definitely swing it around 90 degrees. I'm just not sure if our neighbors would like that.
Well, if you have heavy vegetation along the back of your property, it might not be objectionable.
Still is.
I think that would be an option, to just turn it 90 degrees. You can still have the driveway coming in and have go into the garage on the other side.
You might get another letter.
I think that would work. I'm serious.
I'm a little confused, quite honestly.
Well, why don't you go back to the drawing board and see what you can come up with.
Can I just clarify one point regarding this whole public comment time?
Sure.
All right. Erica, do you want to discuss the public comments?
Can I just mention one more thing?
Sure.
While I respect and appreciate everyone's right to share their opinion, to my knowledge, only one of 5 abutting property owners have expressed opposition to the revised proposal. The only public comment was submitted by an individual who is not an abutter. And I mention this only because I do not want the record to suggest broader abutters opposition than actually exist. So I'm not sure if how much influence of surrounding neighbors, abutters goes into this meeting. I just want to put that on the record, that we have 5 abutters and only 1 abutter is against this project.
It can be people in the neighborhood, and
But I have talked to the neighbors. I have talked to the neighbors.
Okay, but it's the committee who makes the decision, and our opinion is we want you to go back to the drawing board. And it's not unusual for people to continue and to work on their design. It happens quite frequently.
And you have the basic look, having it 1 story. We all agree that that looks good. So, you know, you did a lot of work and that turned out good. The color, you got a lot going for you. It's just the size. That's
Yeah, the
only
color
thing.
is right down the street. It's
Yeah,
right on
no,
6A.
that's fine. It's just
Real,
the size.
real quick, so the 2-car garage, what do you want to see? What do you not like the 2-car garage? Do you want it to be
Well,
1-car
That's
garage?
what makes it look huge.
It
But
doubles it.
I
Yeah.
thought maybe just taking one of the garages off. I don't even know if that would work. It would make it.
But 1-car garage is the same depth, is the same length of the building. It's just since they are perpendicular, it wouldn't change the
Well, it
length.
would make it
Right.
the length shorter.
Yeah.
It's perpendicular, so the garages are facing east versus the long side of the building is facing north. It
I
wouldn't
think
change.
Yeah, Rebecca, the point is that the garage is almost doubling the space for the
Yeah.
ADU and it's making the building big. So it was just a suggestion. No one's saying you have to do it, but one suggestion would be get rid of 1 bay or maybe don't do the garage and just do the 900 whatever square foot. It was just a suggestion, a way to make the building look smaller so it doesn't look like another kind of primary residence on
Yeah,
the
fit in with your
We're
house.
trying to put away our clutter. That's why we wanted the garage.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Believe me.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. I
Yep.
thought that would be in everybody's interest.
Yep. But maybe you could do a separate shed or something, put stuff in a separate shed somewhere else on your property like that could be. But it's just that the new building itself combined, the ADU and the garage, in our estimation, is too big relative to the size of the primary home
Right,
on the property.
right.
Can I ask you for feedback? What if we would make an L shape? Would that be okay?
Depends on how big it is and what it looks like. It all
We're
depends.
perpendicular to each other.
It would be the appearance from the street, so you can play
Small.
around with it.
Smaller.
If it
So
were
how much
L-shaped,
smaller does it have to be for you guys to approve it?
you could, again, you possibly turn it 90 degrees or split it and make it L-shaped. That's another possibility. So we look forward to having you put your thinking caps on and see what else you can come up with that will be more compatible.
Yeah, but that's so vague. If I can get some factual numbers that I can go by, then I know, okay, I'm going within the parameters of the town and the historic district, and I know they will be okay with that. Just telling me like a little smaller, then I come to the next meeting and you guys tell me, oh, well, it's not small enough. It's, here I am again with the second meeting.
We gave you suggestions.
Yeah.
And I took
Rid of
those
the
very
garage.
seriously and I brought them in and presented them to you.
And
what
you
Leslie-
yourself made the suggestion of an L shape. So
No, I think what Leslie is saying is we made suggestions with regard to today about
Yes.
minimizing the size of the garages, completely or in half or something. Also, there's mentioning moving it around. It's just, you seem to be stuck on the fact that it's not the livable space, but what it is that we are looking at is the actual space of the size of the building. And we can't tell you, make it this big. We have to kind of work with what you come back with, but we kind of gave suggestions about getting rid of the garages and making it a smaller space or getting rid of 1 garage. So those, I think we did give you some suggestions to work with.
It just going forward to as a school teacher, okay, it would be really helpful to have a rubric where I, as a student, can go by and know, okay, I check off this box, I check off this box, I check off this box, because just making some vague statements about little smaller, little bigger is really not helpful.
Well,
Well, that's why you
it
have
is
an architect.
right. It is
No,
not
the
our
architect goes by my recommendations. You know, the architect can only go by, he already went by all the district criteria. Guess what? He really did. And you are not happy with it.
I wish you'd
So
bring,
I
will
am
you
running
bring your
against the wall
architect?
here right now.
Would you bring your architect the next time you're here?
and this is Bette McCarthy. It's the setting that we're objecting to, the appearance of two equal size structures. So you can get somebody to, and as you suggested yourself, possibly make it an L shape or somehow reduce the appearance of the size in two competing structures. And we look forward to working with you, and hopefully we can find something that we're all happy with. So,
Are you
I think it's very possible.
are you talking about the visual appearance from Marshall Avenue? So
Well,
if the length of the building is shorter from Marshall Avenue, if we would go in a 90-degree angle, would that be okay?
that possibly could work. Yes.
I
So
think
it is really
Yeah,
just
I still
the,
think it
it
the,
needs
still
vis
work.
needs
the
to be
Yeah.
vision from
small.
But we would
Marshall.
Yeah.
we would need to see it. So
Yeah. It's too big. Yeah. And we can't give you a rubric, Rebecca, because there's so many variables, right? Because that building on a 10-acre piece of land set way back may be okay. You know, there's just too many variables in this committee work that we can't give you specifics like that. We can't.
What is the rule book and guidelines of this? Like, are there some guidelines, or is it really just up to your liking?
There is a guidebook. We have a guidebook that we use
right.
for
And
all
our
our decisions on the Old
experience.
King Highway. Yeah.
Is there access to it? Can it be emailed to me, please?
Point of order, this is Erica Brown. Yes, it is on the webpage, on the Old Kings Highway webpage, and I can go ahead and send that link to you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Point of order, Chair, you did ask for public comment. Do you want me to proceed with that? That you're muted.
I am because a train's going by.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have the same train.
So just to go back to asking for public comment, 3 letters were submitted, one from Tracy Miller, who is in opposition to it. She really did appreciate the assurances of the homeowner for the use of the property and the building and such like that. But she was still concerned about the setting, the massing, and monitoring of that building. Then there was one from Charlie Mueller. He also opposed it, mostly based again on the setting and the size, based upon the elevation that that one story where it would be sitting would look a bit taller than what is presented, only because of the grade level change there. And then the third letter was submitted by Andrew Miller, who is also in opposition to the application. His concerns were via most of what the documentation submitted. So he felt the site plan was inadequate, showing the setbacks. He felt like it was a little bit unreadable. It was kind of blurry for some aspects of it. And then also wanted to see more samples submitted for like brochures and such like that for the windows, the trim, the paint, and the like. But it was 3 letters of opposition. At this time, if anyone would like to speak to this application, could you please make yourself known? I do not see anyone wishing to speak at this time.
Yep, here.
Oh, sorry.
Here.
Andrew, go ahead. Sir.
Andrew, yes. My concern is the plot plan doesn't appear to be certified in any way. And that's one of my concerns is the setbacks aren't readable on the plan. It's not certified by anybody. It's lumped
The
in with
setbacks
pictures
are
of the house.
readable. Please pull that up. The setbacks are all readable. Erica, if you can please put that up right now, just to make sure that that is correct. If you can zoom in at all, that would be great.
There's no setback from the deck in the back.
It is a
deck is
little
a
hard to
structure.
read. Yeah.
It's
There's no elevation.
19 feet 6.
That's not from the deck, though. The deck is
Yeah.
It is within the 15, if it is within the 15 feet setback.
but it's not noted. It's not a certified plan, which should be required based on the application process. There's no elevation on any of the property because the building sits so high off the ground. And one of the notes was if you're standing in front of the garage on the street, the first floor is above my head. So part of the reason, I think the whole neighborhood is supportive of you building an ADU, but I think the problem is that when you look from the road down below, it's a large hill. So when you look up the hill, you're looking directly at a 2-car garage that sits at least 6 feet above the road. So a single-story house looks more like a 2-story house, which is extremely large. So your plot plan doesn't have the elevations noted. The roof line doesn't look like proper with the existing house when you look at your pictures. It's
The elevations are noted. All the elevations are right there.
There's no elevations noted based on the grade of the land.
Yeah, like above sea level, how high, like 6 feet above sea level, yeah. He's right, it's not on there. Because it matters.
So it's misleading to look at that picture and say it looks the appropriate size where everybody is saying it's too big. It's because you're looking down up a hill and seeing this massive structure going up and down the road. So that's what if you had removed the garage, not a single person would care in the neighborhood. And I think that's what the problem is, because it looks like 2 large buildings together. Your house is almost 2,000 square feet now, and your total square footage of a new house is almost 1,800 square feet. So they're almost identical in size. That's the problem. Nobody cares about an ADU.
So can I ask
It's
you
the garage.
directly, Andrew, can I ask you directly if that garage would be moved to the other side of the building in a perpendicular shape? Would you guys be okay with it? Since I think you guys are the ones that have, the biggest concern.
Because you can see it from every direction at our house in the front. You can see it the entire length of the road from probably halfway down the road all the way up to your house. You can see the structure. Your building in the front, and you're going to be able to see the new one even more so. So that is a large, we can't sit here and say it would be perfect if you planted all kinds of trees around the new structure, but that's not something we can guarantee. So that is part of the problem, is to mesh it together with your existing property so that it looks cohesive. And I've went through this Old Kings Highway process more than once, and the level of detail through the application, the samples, everything is just lacking. There's, I provided pictures of garage doors and windows and doors, and there's nothing in here that you submitted. You started off with muted navy black, and now it's muted navy charcoal color. I'm not a particular fan, but I don't really care. But the pictures that were provided about other neighborhood houses, it just leaves everything for interpretation of what colors you're actually able to choose, because you're not actually showing a sample. It's a sample of houses with
I
the
did
ability
show a
to choose
sample.
one of them. So it's like a very large house, which everybody has said that they've believed that way, and it's when there's no elevations on a plot plan, it makes it difficult to actually visualize your house when it's so high up to begin with. So I think
Real quick, Andrew, I did submit the color sample. The color sample is in the fiche.
but that's not a solid color sample. That's like if you go to Home Depot and get a color swatch. That's a sample.
I'm okay. I'm happy
if you
to
go to a
provide.
garage door place and get a picture of the door that you're going to install.
Yeah.
If you go to Shepley and get a picture of your Anderson window that you plan to put in, that is the documentation that I would expect that should be submitted.
Can I just ask, is this what the Historic District Committee wants to see?
Yes.
Yes, we do expect that.
And
Okay.
I don't, my
provide.
feeling in that whole matter was I wasn't sure how this got approved or put on an agenda in the first place when a lot of this stuff was missing.
Fair point.
That's not in my realm.
When an application
you,
is
I'm all set.
submitted, the committee has only so much time to go ahead and review an application, open a public hearing, and make a determination. So when it is submitted at that time, that clock starts ticking. So once it's been submitted, it has to be scheduled for an agenda, regardless of the content of the application. The committee, as everyone sees, has the ability to say we don't have enough information and we'd like to see more, and ask for continuance on the application. At this point, Rebecca, it seems like the committee has stated they would like you to come back with updated drawings. Are you?
Oh, can I just revise? So you're looking for the exact same exact color, right? You're looking for a sample of the windows, doors. You are looking to put the structure either in a different direction or make the garage smaller.
Or
Would you be
eliminate
able
the garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not an option because we really need that garage space to clean up all our clutter, to make it representable for the neighborhood. That should be in everybody's interest.
Yeah. Size is a problem, so.
But if Beth mentioned earlier, if we spin it, it may be an option. If I understood that correctly.
Yeah.
Well, size
Is
is
there
size,
anything else
no matter
I
how
need
you
to
spell it.
consider?
All right, well, I think you have a list of things that you need to accomplish before our next meeting. And we look forward to having you do your homework. And hopefully somebody has taken some notes for you. And we look forward to what you can come back with. Yes, very good. All
Point
right.
of order, Bet, real quick. I just want to make sure, because we are coming up onto that time limit of needing to make a determination. Rebecca, are you okay with continuing this item? If so, I will be sending you a form to sign to go ahead and extend the time limits that the committee has to make a determination. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
All
we can
right.
have a motion to continue this item. The
All right.
next meeting is July 8th.
Okay.
All right.
All right, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to continue the certificate of appropriateness application for Rebecca Horn, 101 Moshup Ave, Barnstable, map 277, parcel 014, built 1975, for the remote meeting to be held on July 8th, 2026.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at our next meeting. All right. Our next application is for Suzanne Scanlon, 218 Oakmont Road, Barnstable, map 334, parcel 055, built in 1988. And it's to repaint the dwelling using historic colors and installing a black chain link fence in the backyard and to add a cupola. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open a public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
All right, a roll call vote. Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So then we need to now have the applicant discuss repainting the dwelling and the fence and the cupola.
This is Erica Brown. I do not see the applicant on. If I am incorrect, please speak now.
Chris Manning for the applicant.
There we go. Thank you. Chris, if you could just give an overview of the project.
Yeah, they're obviously using the approved colors that you have a sample of. A little difficulty with my screen here. The cupola, you have a picture of that. That'd be that full, and the chain link fence is in the back of the yard, would not be visible because of the slope of the property. It would be a 4-foot chain link fence, black, and with 2 3-foot gates.
Okay. All right. The representative, does that conclude your remarks?
Yes, I mean, it's fairly
Okay.
fairly
All right.
straightforward.
Now we'll have committee discussion. Aaron Donovan.
Yeah, I believe it appears appropriate. I'm assuming the chain link fence is for a dog.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, the color seems appropriate in that neighborhood. It looks like there's a bunch of varying different color houses. This house is a little bit set back. And I did notice, while not right on that road, but I have seen some cupolas in that neighborhood, so I do believe it's appropriate.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Leslie?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate too, and I have no problem with the fence. Keep our animals safe. And I think the cupola will be a nice touch.
Okay. Wendy?
Yeah, just one question. So where is the cupola going? Is it going on the garage?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I agree with my fellow committee members. I think the colors are appropriate. I think the black chain link fence, only a little bit of it looks like it'll peek out from behind the house. And in any event, the black is dark and barely visible, I think. So I think these changes are appropriate.
All right. And this is Bette McCarthy, and I concur with the member committee remarks, and heavy vegetated property, and the colors are appropriate, and again, the fence would barely be visible. So I think it's appropriate. So now we need to see if there's any members of the public wishing to comment.
This is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to comment at this time.
All right. So then we can close the public hearing portion.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion.
Yep. Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Suzanne, is it Scallion?
Scallion,
218
just like the onion.
It is? Okay, Scallion, 218 Oakmont Road, Barnstable, map 334, parcel 055, built 1988 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank
Our
you.
next application is for Cynthia and Russell Murphy, 14 Commerce Road, Barnstable, map 301, parcel 016, built in 1952, and they wish to demolish the existing dwelling and the shed. So we need to open a public hearing for this.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
And we need
Second,
this.
Aaron Donovan.
Thank you, Aaron. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. All right, so now we need the applicant to discuss demo of the existing dwelling.
Hi, my name is Jim Haggerty from Reef Builders, representing the Murphys. They are on the call here today. And so it's a 1952 structure. It's a 26 by 20 cottage, 520 square feet. It's got a small screen porch on the side. It's got a small shed out back, 10 by 12, that you could probably push over at this point. And we're looking to tear the house down and build a new home in its place. Now, this home does have a Form B with the Mass Historic Commission, and they named it the Abbey Davenport House, even though Abbey Davenport owned it for 3 years. So, you know, there's the assessor's record has it as built in 1952, and what did they call it? Oops, sorry. I'll get back to that. Effective date 1985, because they've renovated it. There's all new vinyl windows, and you know, you can kind of see it's been in disrepair for quite a while now. And the Murphys bought it within this year, and are looking to have a home there where they can entertain their family. And so I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
All right. All right, now we'll have some committee remarks. Wendy Shuck?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything architecturally significant about this home or historically significant, so I don't have any objection to the demolition.
Okay. Aaron Donovan?
Same. I don't have any objection. Just you can see in the condition of the home, it doesn't appear to be structurally sound at all.
Okay. Leslie Wallace?
I agree with the committee.
All right. And this is Beth McCarthy. I also agree and know that this property frequently is flooded, and there's nothing historic significant about the existing property, so I have no problems. Are there any members of the public wishing to comment on the demolition?
This is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so we can close the public hearing.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Leslie Wallace, second.
Okay, and a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to approve the demolition.
This is Wendy
Oh,
Shuck. and-
sorry, is there any members of the public
yeah.
Wishing to comment?
Or there's nobody wishing to comment on this item at this time.
Okay, so we can go ahead with the motion.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the demolition application for Russell and Cynthia Murphy, 14 Commerce Road, Barnstable, map 301, parcel 016, built 1952 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Okay, and a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. Our next application is for Russell and Cynthia Murphy, 14 Commerce Road, Barnstable, map 301, parcel 016, built in 1952, and to construct a new single-family home. So we need to open a public hearing for this property.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open a public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. A roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need the applicant or their representative to discuss their new home.
Erica, that is Matt Korn, if you can, if he is muted.
Matt, you're muted. You're going to need to unmute yourself. It should be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
All right. Good evening, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name's Matt Korn. I'm here on behalf of Bill and Cindy Murphy, along with Jim Haggerty for the property at 14 Commerce Road. We're seeking a certificate of appropriateness for the new single-family home. And I'd like to speak about the standard this committee applies: general design, proportion, materials, color, and relative size. This block of the Barnstable Harbor neighborhood has a clear, consistent architectural language, and you can read it in the homes right around this lot. 6 and 30 Commerce Road, 118 Commerce Road, 71 and 95 Sunset Lane, and 306 Millway. The materials we've chosen reflect that language: natural white cedar shingles, true divided light windows, and working shutters with hinge pins and holdbacks. The trim's traditional throughout, with eave returns, square columns, boot and cap details, corner boards, and a water table at the foundation. Our siding was driven by the floodplain, as you know, which sets the foundation height. To address this, we've pushed the building back an additional 12.5 feet from where it was, and we have broken the elevation with horizontal lines and a 6-foot knee wall on the second floor. The raised foundation is screened behind a traditional porch and skirting, just as the homes to the left and right and throughout the neighborhood have done. The homes to the left and right have been rebuilt in recent years, and we think this design sits comfortably between them. We're confident it will be a credit to the neighborhood and to the district, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Big house. At the back of it. Yeah, no, this is the front. I think if you're looking at, I think the back is over to the right. That's the big house. Yep. Sure is. This is the front. There's no garage. Right. Oh, no. Yeah, it's all house.
Point of order. Bette, did you want to move to committee discussion?
All right. All right. Let's have committee talk about the proposed property. Aaron Donovan, would you like to discuss this?
I actually don't have any questions. I just based on seeing how the other homes in the area appear, this seems to be very similar to them. I can't tell if the design, if is that actual natural shingle? It just kind of looks scallopy in the photo, and maybe that's just my eyes.
No, it's natural
Okay,
shingle.
all right. That's just my way maybe looking on my thing. I really have no questions, that based on how the other homes and even the house next door was built, it seems like it's kind of going along with everything that's in the neighborhood.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Aaron?
Not for me, Beth.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Leslie?
What's a square footage?
The footprint is about 1550 square feet.
Oh, okay. Looks big. But as somebody mentioned, the houses on either side are similar, so it's not going to stand out. I have really no problem with it at all. It's very
All right.
nice. Yeah.
All right. Wendy, your comments.
Yeah, I think stylistically it fits in very nicely with the neighborhood. I think the materials are very appropriate, but I do have a couple questions. So one is, do you have a landscape plan for this?
We have an approved plan from conservation. It was approved last night. But so we'll be adding about 20% of the lot in mitigation, which includes cedars and a few other plantings. Currently, we'll be removing a bunch of black locusts, which are invasive, in the back.
Okay. Anything planted around the foundation area? Those beautiful hydrangeas I saw in the picture got me hopeful.
Feature garage.
Matt, if I may,
Yes,
it's Jim Haggerty from the Reef Builders. We are in the buffer zone to the marsh across the street, as you know. You can see the red lines, the 50-foot mark, and then the 100 is the blue. So anything in that district, anything in that area, you have to get permission for. And, we're gonna try to get some plantings around the house, but typically the hydrangeas and all that often is not what they're looking for. They have a very specific list by the cooperative extension here, and so we are kind of have our hands tied a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the concern is always that like the lot will be stripped and there won't be a green thing on there, right? But it
Yeah.
sounds like that you've got plans to add some vegetation. Do you have to bring fill in to raise the elevation, or you just
No.
built, no, right
No,
there?
FEMA doesn't can't fill within its floodplain
Okay,
for FEMA
okay.
regulations. It's about 2,200 square feet of what we're going to be
Okay.
adding in the front for plantings for the Conservation Commission.
Couple other questions. So I see the shed on the plot plan here, but that's going away, right? Taking that down?
that's correct.
Great.
Okay, so that's not going to be there. Future garage that I see back there, how would that be accessed?
It's more of a storage, I think, than a garage, but
Oh.
it would it's going to be a lot of fishing equipment and things like that. So if he had
More
to
like
get
a
to
shed.
it, he'd drive across because he didn't want to chew up the whole backyard with driveway. So he wanted a
Right,
nice lawn area there for his grandchildren to run around and have some fun. So there wouldn't be a driveway heading to it.
okay. And then, I guess I wouldn't even call it, I guess it's a sort of concern, is that it takes up a lot of space across the property, right? So you're like, what, 20, is that 15 feet? I can't read that number.
I believe that's 15, yes. Go ahead,
15
Matt.
on one side, and then
with the
whatever
patio.
the other side is.
Mhm.
So,
About 21, 20.
yeah. So
So-
has this, yeah, go ahead.
So it, on the left side, it's about 15, which is a foot further from the property than the existing house. And on the other side, the 21, you can see that's to the lot line. It's really another 10 or so feet to the actual road. So I don't think it's as imposing from the street as it appears based on these setbacks.
Yeah. I mean, the concern in that area, the lots are small and the houses are getting bigger and bigger, right? And consuming a lot, and that's kind of where I'm going with this is that, is it too much house for the parcel? I mean, I don't think it is. If it were any bigger, I think it might be. Have you guys gone to, what is it, zoning to do your, what do you call it, your lot coverage
We have-
exercise? Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that's all
all-
set. Yeah, we meet all
that's
the
all
lot
set?
coverage. Yeah, yeah, we're
Okay.
less than 20% lot coverage
Okay.
and meet all the setbacks, and so we don't have to see
Okay.
zoning on this project. It's fully
All right.
compliant.
Well, if they're good with it, then I'm good with it. I think it's a very attractive home and I think it will fit in well. So thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Wendy. This is Bette McCarthy. I think the proposed dwelling is appropriate. You've listed all of the materials, and the one thing, are those working shutters? It looks like they are.
That's what we've proposed, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of need them down there.
Yeah. I don't have any issues at all. I know that, again, this neighborhood is growing. Properties are getting larger. It seems like it's a sign of the times. The little cottages are disappearing. But anyhow, that's I think the design is appropriate. Let's see if there are any members of the public wishing to comment.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. 2 letters were submitted in support of this project, one from Lindsay Teague and one from Rob Scheckman. They both gave their support of the project and thought it would be a great project to have in the neighborhood and it would look beautiful.
Okay. All right.
If there's anyone else wishing to speak to this item, please make yourself known. No other public comment at this time.
No other. All right. So with that case, we can close the public hearing.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck.
Wait
and
a
I
minute.
move-
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry about that. George?
Yes,
Oh,
I have a
all
lot
right.
of comment. I'm the abutter right behind him. I'd like to know, where is he gonna park?
If you pull up the site plan,
Bring the map back up for you, George. There we go.
That's the existing one, Erica. And it's on the commerce side, opposite him, closer to, there it is, yeah. Kind of just where it is now.
So the previous driveway, that's where you're gonna be parking?
Yes, yeah, it's just making it wider.
You're not gonna be parking out here by the Sunset Lane curve? Like
That's the
you-
only, yeah, that's the only driveway we are proposing, parking area that we're proposing.
All right. The other thing is this garage that you have down, I can't see it, the future garage. Is that gonna be built now or what?
That
That won't be built.
that would be another application to come to before the committee in the future.
And could you tell me basically where it's not clear where that 100-foot line is. Is it lined up with the telephone pole or what? In the
I think so, I think the telephone
but
pole is
Sunset
back.
Lane,
for the
It
north.
doesn't show on Sunset Lane where the telephone pole is.
Yeah, it shows it at the 200-foot buffer to the riverfront, closer to your property. If you
My
can zoom
property
in.
is right behind.
Yeah.
Right? My
So
property
when
is
there, you got it, Erica. You have it. Sorry, right there. That's the telephone pole right there.
That's the telephone pole.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you can see the catch basin, if you go south, Erica.
Right there, yeah.
All right, yeah, and 10 feet south of that is that 100-foot buffer line.
Okay. And you plan to put any fence up or anything on that 100-foot on my side of the?
There's nothing proposed at the moment. And it's not part of this application at all. No fencing.
You do have a fence on the other side though, right?
We do. It's actually off the property. So the neighbor or something might reposition that stockade fence closer to the proper lot line.
Is there anything to ensure our privacy in the backyard?
All right. Does that conclude your remarks, George?
Yes, this is the first time I've seen this, so I mean, in the past, people park in this area between the house and Sunset Lane, and I'm wondering, is that's going to be another parking lot?
We're not proposing any parking driveway or anything over there right now.
And Jim, you said the new driveway is going to be bigger too, right?
Wider. Yep.
Wider, so you'll probably be able to get more cars in there.
Yeah, designed for about
Yeah.
4 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see why people park there now. That driveway is maybe 10 feet wide and could fit 2 cars.
Yeah.
Can you move the picture down so I can see
Your property.
my property? Okay. So that 200-foot buffer is right at the telephone pole, looks like.
Correct.
What does the back of the house look like?
There are plans to show it.
Screened porch. Okay.
That should be all right.
Yeah. Looks okay to me.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your comments. So if that is that the last member of the public wishing to comment?
Claire, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone else wishing to make comment at this time.
All right. Well, then we can close the public hearing portion.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. And so now we need a motion to accept the application for the new home.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Cynthia and Russell Murphy, 14 Commerce Road, Barnstable, map 301, parcel 016, built 1952, as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. All right. Good luck with your construction,
Thank you very much.
Mr. Murphy. Okay. All right. Let's go on to our next application, and that is for Cape Cod Community College, 2240 INO Road, West Barnstable, map 236, parcel 005/W00, built in 1968. And they want to install solar canopies in parking lots 10 and 11 and on the rooftop of the Life Fitness Center building. So we need to open a public hearing for Cape Cod Community College.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open a public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now would the applicant for the community college discuss their solar project?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, committee members, for your time. My name is Joe McKinnon, and I'm the Director of Facilities and Sustainability at Cape Cod Community College. The college is hoping to install solar canopies all over the parking lots of 10 and 11 and on the Life Fitness Center. These structures will not be visible from the roadways other than the internal campus ring road. There's a soccer field which is between several trees and soccer fields that exist between the structures and abutters behind the college. I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right. We'll have the committee discuss this project. Wendy Shuck?
Sure. Yeah, so I did a drive-by. I looked in the parking lots, and I agree, I don't think there's much visible for any abutters there. And if I'm not mistaken, on the Life Fitness Center building, I believe those rooftops are pretty flat, are they not? Yeah, so
They are flat, yes.
yeah, so I don't know that you would necessarily even know that there were solar panels, other than, you might see the lip of them. So I think it's appropriate. I don't have any concerns.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. Leslie?
I agree with Wendy. You can't see them. And even on the campus, they're not all that visible.
All right. And Aaron?
Same. I noticed that there's, I think, already canopies on one of the other parking lots, so it looks like that's kind of similar to what's going. And you can't see anything inside the college from any of the roads, so I believe it's appropriate.
Okay. And this is Beth McCarthy. I agree with committee comments. You already have some structures with the solar panels on the roof, and hopefully it'll help defer your electric bills with all that solar.
We're actually carbon net negative, the whole entire.
Yeah, you're going to generate a lot of power there. Let's see if there's any member of the public wishing to comment on this project.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see any member of the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right, then we can close the public comment section.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
Aaron Donovan?
Aye.
Leslie Wallace?
Aye.
And Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to accept the Cape Cod Community College solar project.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Cape Cod Community College, 2240 Iano Road, West Barnstable, map 326, parcel 005/W00, built 1968, as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
Aaron Donovan?
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. All right. Thank you. Good luck with your construction.
Thank you very much, folks, and I hope you all enjoy your 4th of July holiday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Our next application is for Alexis Dunn, 105 Country Club Drive, Barnstable, map 350, parcel 040, built in 1980. And this is to move the front entry to the front bump out and add a cover porch to the rear entry. So we need to open a public hearing.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So would the representative from Country Club Drive discuss their project?
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, I should say. My name is Cameron Crocker, and I am from Osprey Construction. So essentially, due to the layout of the house now, we want to move the front entry from the left kind of nook to the left of the 4 bank of windows, and make that the new entry, and put a small 8-pitch roof to match the left side, and make it a covered entry. The windows that are there, one of which they're all newer, will get moved to keep with the existing house. Yep. So out of the 4 bank of windows, we'll save one of the windows and move it over to keep with the aesthetic of the front of the house. I know you mentioned that the covered porch was in the rear. It's in the front of the house.
All right. All right. We'll have committee comments on this project. Wendy?
Yeah, I think it's a nice change to the home. I think it actually balances it a little better, with the peak, I think it looks nice, still blends in nicely with the rest of the neighborhood. Just question, like, what are you gonna do for the door? The door colors are gonna be black?
It's gonna stay, everything's like for like. So
Okay.
it'll stay black. It's a Brosco fiberglass door, 2 side lights. And yep, everything else will stay black.
Okay, I think it's appropriate, no concerns.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see, Aaron?
I agree. I think it balances the house out better. Is the covered porch area, is that just going to be colored to match the existing siding that's there?
Yep, it'll be prime finger jointed clapboard to match everything that's there. AZAC trim with boots on the top and bottom, and bed molding around the inside as well to continue the soffit.
No, I think it looks fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Leslie?
I think it's appropriate, and not to put a cramp in everything, but would you consider putting a cupola above the garage section and kind of breaking up the length?
Absolutely.
I think that would look very nice.
Yeah, definitely we can do that.
Yeah.
Now, just one question. As far as the cupola, is there a certain material that it would have to be a copper roof, I'm assuming, correct?
Well, that would be nice. And
Okay.
you can use, they're now mostly ASIC boards, so you wouldn't have a lot of paint work, although you'd have to paint it.
Yep.
But it wouldn't, destroy the wood or anything.
Yep. Yeah, merely aesthetic. We can do that.
Yeah. I just looked at it and I thought, oh, that would look so nice with the cupola there. and kind of, it looks long and it would break up that long look.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that idea.
Yeah. Oh, good.
As long as the homeowners go for it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But
Oh,
no,
I can always think of more money to spend.
All right.
you and my mother alike.
All right. Thank you. This is Bette McCarthy. And repeatedly, I've heard the word balance and with the new front door, and I think it's appropriate. And the porch on the back is not even visible. So, and Leslie made a suggestion for a cupola. So I think that's great. I don't have any other comments. Let's see if there are any members of the public wishing to discuss this.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to make a comment at this time.
All right. So then let's close the public hearing portion.
Okay, just one clarification, Bet. You
Yes.
said a porch on the back. There's no porch on the back, right? We're only talking about a covered porch over the
Oh,
doorway.
sorry.
Yeah,
Covered
right.
porch
Okay, I
on
just wanted to make
covered
sure I
porch
didn't.
on the
Yeah,
entry. Sorry.
okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss
Yeah.
anything. Yes, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Erin Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. So now we need an application. I mean, a motion to
Okay,
approve the application.
this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Alexis Dunn, 105 Country Club Drive, Barnstable, map 350, parcel 040, built 1980, as submitted with one modification to add a cupola to the garage.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
All right. A roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Erin Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. All right.
Great. Thank
Let's
you.
go to our next
Thank you for your
application.
time.
All right. Good luck there.
Thank you.
Our next application is for 1185 Falmouth Road, LLC et al. 3224 Main Street, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 029, built in 1950. And this is to extend the existing ramp to provide handicap access to the Buttercup Cafe, to replace the entrance door like for like, so that it swings outward so that it is ADA compliant. So we need a motion to accept. We need a motion for a public hearing.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open a public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Erin Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. So was the applicant for 1185 Falmouth Road there to discuss adding the ramp for handicap.
Good evening. My name is William O'Brien, Thomas DeMeo Builders, and I am representing the applicant. I've provided you pictures. The existing ramp, which is in front of the post office building, is concrete and decking, and then it has, as you can see in the pictures here, it has pressure treated rails and balusters, and it also, I don't know if you can see it in the pictures or not, but it has metal handrails on the inside. And a little history: when the Buttercup applied for, when the Buttercup applied for outside eating, one of the conditions of the outside eating was that they would have to extend this ramp because there is no handicap access to the Buttercup. Subsequently, that ZBA approval has been appealed. The owners of the Buttercup and the landlords want to go forward and put in the extension to the ramp so that handicapped people do have access to go to the Buttercup and eat. We intend on putting 2 bollards in front of that picture window to the left so that people driving in there cannot drive through the entrance of the Buttercup and hit into the building. It is a busy parking lot. There's a lot of traffic that goes through there because everyone goes to get their mail in Barnstable Village. We decided, or we suggested, that we go with pressure-treated decking instead of trying to close that parking lot for a couple of days and pour concrete in there to have a concrete ramp to match what is there. I don't think the people in Barnstable Village would be too happy if we shut that parking lot down for a couple of days, and I'm not quite sure how we would do it in the first place. So we've tried to complement what is there. The door is going to be the same. It's going to be a 9-light door with dual side lights, identical to what you have. It's going to have a push bar, and it's going to swing out so that it is accessible for handicapped patrons. And we're hoping that you look favorably on this to help continue to grow Barnstable Village.
Okay. All right. It seems pretty straightforward.
I think so.
Let's see. Committee comments on this. Wendy?
Yeah, a couple questions. So the rails are currently pressure treated. So you will just be extending that so it looks contiguous. Is that correct? Contiguous.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay. And so, but what we'll have is kind of old looking wood, and then the newer part will be the newer looking wood, right? You're not going to replace the whole railing.
I was not going to replace the whole railing. You know, we could talk to the owners of the building about trying to maybe wash, soft wash the old. You're never going to match old and new there. We're never going to have to be identical.
Yeah. Can you paint it?
Well, the problem with pressure treated wood is you can't paint it for a year. The paint's just going to peel right off. It's going to look horrible if I put a fresh coat of paint on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think ultimately it would be best to have like an AZAC railing and whatnot there. I think it would obviously hold up a little bit better, but I understand that it's expensive. So the decking, so we have concrete right now that goes into the post office. And so
Correct.
That will be extended again with pressure treated wood. You're not going to be pouring.
Like I said, it'd be very difficult to close that parking lot down with all the people who go to the post office every day for their mail to get concrete trucks in there for a couple of days. And we're trying to work with the community. We thought that if we did pressure treated decking on the new ramp and tied it into the concrete, it would allow for patrons to be able to use the parking lot and to come and go during construction. And it's only visible when you're on the ramp. From the street, you can't tell that you have pressure treated decking being married to concrete.
Right. Fair point. Now those boards that we see right there, why are those there?
That's not part of my application. I'm guessing someone drove into that with their car.
Yeah.
Which is why I propose to put bollards in front of the window at the Buttercup, because I don't want someone to mistake the brake for the gas and drive through the front of the Buttercup over that big picture window.
Right. And I guess, and this, I'm not sure that this is our issue. I think this is probably the building inspector, or I don't know, another department, but this is going to impact parking, right? Because the parking in front of that ramp, those parking spaces are quite a bit shorter than they are. Because I park there all the time. Yeah.
We're not going to make the parking space. That's my truck in that picture you can see there. I don't know if you can call it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So And I pulled further forward, but we're not going to exceed the parking lot. I was there early in the morning taking pictures, and I just kind of drove in and jumped out. But you'll be able to park a full car or a full truck without impeding cars going behind you in and out of the parking lot.
Right, but you
It's
won't
not
be
going
able,
to be any wider than that concrete walkway that's there right now.
but you won't be able to pull a car up like you've pulled your truck up.
Well,
Correct.
you'll only be able to pull it up to where the concrete meets the pavement. That's where you're supposed to stop.
Right. Yeah.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, no one else is there, and I kind of took advantage of
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I'm in that parking lot all the time, and I know when like big trucks, probably like yours, park in front of that spot, where the boards are, it gets
Yeah.
tough to get in and out of that parking lot. Yeah, those couple of spots right there, because you can't pull up and kind of overhang that little walkway. So was somebody in building going to say something? I heard somebody about the parking. I assume that has to go through another department for the parking and everything for approval, Erica? Yeah, you know?
Yes, if it required parking relief or anything like that, it would go through zoning.
Yeah. So anyway, so that I don't think that is our concern. Ours is more, the historic feel. So I think it would be good to try to pressure wash it because it will look like, old railings, new railings. We got those funky boards there. It probably won't be the most attractive thing we've ever seen.
Well, the idea of this is that when it's all completed, you're hoping that people can't tell it's old and new being married together. So we can obviously talk to the landlord about trying to, like I suggested, just a soft wash, trying to clean up what's there so that it's similar to what we're adding.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And I think it's great, you're making it handicap accessible too. So handicap folks, they would enter from the right over by the post office and go up into the Buttercup, and then over to the left of the door of the Buttercup. Those are steps, so that those would not be handicap accessible. They'd go down the ramp past the post office.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Those are my comments, Bet. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Wendy. Aaron. Aaron?
Oh, she's muted. There
Sorry,
we
I'm
go.
unmuted. So the one question I have, it just appears as if the proposal, and I understand the need for the handicap accessibility. It's basically cutting off the entrance to the post office for the most part. Like there's no, if someone wants to go to the post office, they either have to go in through the ramp on the side or to go all the way to the Buttercup, as opposed to just to that railing that's right by that sign that says existing railing. I'm assuming there's no way to put like a stairway there for someone to cut in if they wanted to, because that would go into the parking lot.
That is correct, ma'am.
Okay. That's my one concern with that. It just seems to cut off that entire entrance, and there's no way it cuts off the doorway that I look at it the way it's set up right now, but it seems to be the only way it can be set up. And also I agree also, I think Wendy, those boards, it's probably someone that slammed into parked a little too close. And you can see that they've, gone in and tried to replace some of the railings that have gotten knocked over as well. So I see the concern with trying to match old with new going forward with the railing being put up. But that's my one concern. It's just that cutting off the entrance to that post office to everybody.
It's probably safer you're getting all the foot traffic going up onto the ramp instead of people cutting across the parking lot. That is a busy parking lot. And if people,
it is very busy parking lot.
Now everyone has to go the same direction, ma'am. So I think that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion.
All right. That's all I have, Bet. Thanks.
All right. Leslie?
Well, in the Buttercup quite a bit. I love it. And it's the damnedest parking lot. I've been hit twice. And I wish you'd do something about that. Oh my God, I hate
No,
that.
I've been hit once, Leslie, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they never tell you. They just hit you and run. I got one right now I have to have fixed. Well, ADU, that supersedes everything. So that's what has to be done for it to be in the proper shape for that. So I have no qualms with that. And the wood will get old and it'll start to match, and I'm not going to worry about that either.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Leslie.
Yeah.
This is Pat. I really wish there would be a more attractive fencing there, but and you did say that those pieces of wood were coming down. Is that correct?
That's not part of my application, ma'am. I can talk to the landlord about that.
Yeah,
You know,
I think that looks.
I came to extend the ramp so that handicapped patrons would have access to the Buttercup and
Yeah.
to put in a door. But I'll be glad to, you know, have that conversation and suggest it. And I'll be glad to do it if the landlord wants it done. You know?
Yeah, I think that those boards look horrible there. So,
Yeah.
and I do know that they're protecting some of the broken slats in that fence. So the issue, I know the ADA, the door has to open out, but somebody coming in from the steps has to walk beyond the door to open it to get in. So since it's opening out.
Again, I'm trying to accommodate everybody here.
I think that's,
you know, I don't have another I don't have another solution based on the space that I have, so I'm trying to make the
Yeah.
best use of it.
yeah, it's limited space, and I guess we have to make the best of it. All right, those are my only comments. Are there any members of the public wishing to discuss this?
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so we can close the public hearing portion.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Aaron Donovan.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy. So now we need a motion to approve the application.
All right, so Bette, do we want to make any modifications, like to remove those vertical boards and pressure treat the wood, just to get some aesthetic improvements there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Okay, so this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for 1185 Falmouth Road LLC et al. 3224 Main Street, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 029, built 1950, as submitted with 2 modifications to remove the vertical boards on the ramp and also to pressure treat the existing ramp, otherwise as submitted.
Did you, excuse me, you said pressure treat. I think you meant pressure wash.
Wash. Thank you. Pressure wash.
Okay.
You want me to reread it, Erica? Should I reread that? No? Okay. Thank you for that.
Thanks. All right.
Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Aaron Donovan.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy. Aye. All right. So
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
All right. You're welcome. Now let's, that concludes any of the new applications. And now we have to go to minor modifications. And for Larry Nicholas, 2181 INO Road, West Barnstable, map 215, parcel 021, This is a new build and that we had approved before, but it's to extend the rear dormer.
Bet I was not here for that meeting.
Okay.
And I did not listen, so I probably can't vote on that, right?
You can't vote on it, all right?
Cannot, no?
All right,
Point of
so,
order.
yes,
Wendy, if you've reviewed the other application and you find this to be still appropriate, yes, you could vote on it.
Okay.
But if you have not and you wanted to abstain, if you were more comfortable abstaining, you may abstain from the
Yeah,
application.
I probably should. I just looked at it briefly, so I'll abstain from it.
And
All
also, this
right.
was this one before my time because I don't have it in my book.
all right.
Yes, it was.
All right. So I didn't.
Um,
I haven't reviewed anything either. Then I just what was submitted.
All right.
All right. If both of you don't feel comfortable voting on this, then since we wouldn't have a quorum to vote on it, I would suggest going ahead and continuing it to the next meeting to give opportunity to go ahead
Okay.
and I can send you the original COA application and minutes to review.
Okay. All right.
And can I
So-
just verify? Is this over by? Is this by? I don't know if I just put the address in wrong. Is this by the Burger King or is it?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
it is. All right.
behind there. It's like almost like diagonally across from the college. It's a very
Right.
small triangular lot.
Right.
Okay.
But
But
then
it is it the Burger King lot or is it not?
it's behind the Burger King lot.
Right
Right.
adjacent.
Okay.
It's
I'll
right
have to
on
read.
132 before you
abuts
turn into
the-
Burger
Right.
King.
It
Yeah.
abuts the Burger
And
King.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'll look again.
I would take a motion to continue the item for now.
All right.
All right. So that's all we need is just the motion to continue, Erica?
Yeah.
Correct, because we don't need to open or close a
Okay.
public hearing for a minor modification.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to continue the certificate of appropriateness application for Larry Nicholas.
Point of order.
A minor
minor
mod.
I'm sorry,
modification.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me start again. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor modification
Point of order.
for,
It's to continue the minor modification, not approve it.
it's been a long meeting. All right, I'm looking at my notes here.
Third
Here
time's
we
the
go.
charm.
Okay, yep, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to continue the minor modification application for Larry Nicholas, 2181 Iano Road, West Barnstable, map 215, parcel 021, new build.
Second,
To
Leslie
the,
Wallace.
wait a minute, to the meeting to be held, the remote meeting on July 8th, 2026.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. All right. Another minor modification is for Elizabeth Ashley and Kyle Evanco of 2111 Boulder Road, Barnstable, map 3155, parcel 027, built in 1986, to change the decking color from the approved gray to a shade of mahogany.
I am here if this is Kyle Evanco.
Okay.
I am here if there are any questions, but believe me, based on seeing the gray, we're very happy to be moving to a mahogany. And I think the rest of the neighborhood will be as well.
Okay. Cal, can you remind me, is that deck is around the back of your house? Is that correct?
Deck's around the back of the house and a very small portion of the entryway, the new entryway on the right side.
Yep, now I remember. Yep. Okay. I think it's appropriate. No concerns from me.
Okay. Aaron?
I have no concerns, Beth.
Okay. Leslie?
Nope, count me in, no concerns.
And this is Beth, the same. No problem at all with that. All right. So we need a motion to approve the minor modification.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor modification for Elizabeth Ashley and Kyle Evanco, 211 Boulder Road, Barnstable, map 315, parcel 037, built 1986 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So that concludes the minor modification. No extensions, no other, no minutes to approve. And our next meeting date would be July 8th, and then the one after that is July 22nd. So
But I do need to let the committee know I am not going to be here July 8th. I'm taking my kids away on a vacation.
okay. So, all right. All right.
I'll be on an airplane.
Okay. Very
luck.
good.
And I was looking at the time and I'm like, I don't think I can do it even from the
You
airport.
don't
I
want to call
apologize.
in from your vacation?
Right.
I've done it, trust me. I've called into court on a cruise ship. I
Don't
think
do it.
I think I'll be in at the
That
gate
might be
area.
fun. All right. So we need a motion to adjourn.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck. I move to adjourn today's meeting Wednesday, June 24th, 2026 at 8:36 p.m.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Aaron Donovan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye.